Hi guys! So today we're going to read a nonfiction book about George Washington. And yesterday you learned that President's Day was actually made a holiday because of George Washington. And we celebrated in February because of his birthday. Remember, his birthday was February 22nd, but then they changed it to where we're just going to celebrate it every third Monday in February. So as we go through here, you're going to be looking at some facts about George Washington. And at the end, you're going to be matching some facts about George Washington and facts that are not about him, okay? So George Washington, and this book is written by Jennifer Strand. Oh, and then it has something that a lot of nonfiction books have in them. It is called a heading. And a heading is big and bolded at the top of the page, and it's going to tell you what the rest of the page is about. So this heading just says introduction. So this page is going to be introducing us to what we're going to be learning about. So George Washington was the first president. He helped create the U.S. government. He was also an army leader. And then we have another heading up here, early life. George was born February 22nd, 1732. He lived in Virginia. George grew up on a farm. He learned to survey the land. And so right here, if we touch survey, it tells us to look over and examine the land when we say survey. He became an army leader. He was a lawmaker too. At the time, Britain ruled the American colonies. And so this is a picture of George Washington when he was younger. We usually see pictures when he was older. And then this is words that go over the picture to tell us about the picture. We call this a caption. So it says, George fought in a war. And this is a picture of him dressed up in the war. Leader. Washington wanted the colonies to be free. So did other leaders. The Revolutionary War broke out from 1775 to 1783. Washington led the colonist army, and they won the war. The United States became a new free country. You can see this picture of him on his horse. Oh, and this heading says President. Washington helped write the Constitution. In 1789, he became the first president. He made a plan for the government spending. He also helped the new country have peace. And then we have another caption telling us about this picture. It says, Washington helped make courts and banks. So think about it. We didn't have banks in the United States then, and we didn't have a court that helped us enforce laws. Legacy. Washington was president until 1797. On December 14th, 1799, he died. So he only died 2 years after leaving the presidency. He is often called the father of our country since he was the first president. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to connect to Seesaw, and I have some facts, and I have a picture of George Washington, and then it's going to say not George Washington on the other. So the facts that are about George Washington, you're going to use the move tool and put it over. The facts that are not about him, you're going to put over in the not pile, okay? All right, I'm so glad to see how much you guys have learned. Thank you. You guys did an awesome job.